Jesus Christ, the greatest man that ever lived, here's how his life ended. Matthew 26. A woman was washing his feet, and the disciples, some people said, "Why are you spending so much money on that expensive perfume?" And Jesus said, "This is okay. This is a good thing. People will always remember her." Jesus then had a Last Supper, and he had wine, and he had bread, and he told his disciples to do this in remembrance of me. It's kind of mysterious, it's meaningful, it's required, commanded, and that's still what Christians do. They have food together, or parts of food, and some juice or wine, remember Jesus. And well, Jesus said that he will be crucified, and that some people will deny him. And Peter said, "Even if everyone denies you, I'll never deny you." And Jesus said, "Before the rooster crows, I think 2 times, you'll have denied me." And Peter said no. The first pope, some people say. But he did. And Jesus had a very rough final night of his life. The religious and the civil authorities wanted to kill him. And he said, he brought his disciples and said, "Pray with me." And he was with all of them. It was late at night. The body is weak. The spirit's willing, but the body is weak. Discipline your body. Pray so that you won't fall into temptation. It counts for us today. Pray. Discipline ourselves to pray so that our hearts and minds are changed. Then we don't fall into temptation. But all the disciples slept. Jesus went over there to pray. "Oh Lord, I don't want to have to die on the cross, but your will be done." Went back to his friends. They're all sleeping. And he did that, I think, once, 2 or 3 times. Are you still sleeping? Giving body priority to God's will in difficult times. Not that sleep is bad at the right time, but just like anything. So, if you ever feel a little bit alone in the spiritual life and your ministry, Jesus did too. People abandoned him. The crowds came. Judas gave him over, and they came with clubs, and they found him and arrested him, and just like Jesus said, all of you will run away. And sure enough, all of them ran away. Peter, all the 12 disciples. And then they took Jesus, and the rooster crowed, and Peter realized he denied Jesus. They put Jesus up, and they spit in his face. They beat him, and they slapped him. Greatest man, teaching the greatest good ever. That's how people treat him. Maybe shouldn't surprise us when that happens to us. Not that it's nice, but Jesus is a model for us in life and ministry.